Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy FIA here, all the way from Hawaii, and excited to be here.
So your track "Love Me" has been a standout hit, resonating with audiences for over 5 years. What was the inspiration behind this song, and why do you think it continues to connect with listeners so profoundly?
Oh yeah. So this song was I wrote this song for my wife early on in my career. I released a song called "Come Around" first, and that song kind of took off faster than I thought it would. To where I started traveling the world a lot, and being a married man with kids, it was hard to like go transition from having a 9 to 5, seeing my family, my wife, and my kids every day to being on tours for like months. And I wrote a song just to kind of like have my wife, listen to something while I'm away. It wasn't a song that was supposed to be released. It was actually a song that I just wanted to have for my wife to listen to. But a lot of the people were like, a lot of my boys in the studio were like, "Bro, you gotta release this." My wife gave me the okay and ended up releasing it, and the rest was history from there, man.
Fuck yeah. And as a native Hawaiian, how do you feel your hometown has influenced your music style and themes that you explore within your songs?
Well, I'm Samoan. I live in Hawaii, but I am Samoan, and the island has a lot to do with what I do today as far as reggae. Because I grew up on R&B music. I only listen to R&B music. But when I moved to Hawaii from California, I was introduced to that whole style of that island reggae. But I didn't want to take too much away from what I knew as far as R&B, so I kept my R&B flavor into a lot of the reggae styles today, and just kind of went from there.
And in 2019, you achieved a remarkable success at the Island Music Awards, sweeping all four of your nominations. How has this recognition affected your career at all?
It's an honor, to receive something like that, to be amongst a lot of the greats in the industry as far as reggae music. You know what I mean? Like it was definitely an honor to be up there. I was just blessed to be there, to be able to take it home, man. That's all God right there. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I feel like without God and without having His love shine on top of me, I wouldn't be where I am today. And those awards, like I said, it's a blessing. But man, shout out to God. You know what I mean?
Right. And you mentioned how you have traditional R&B, but traditional reggae as well, with a unique island influence within your sound and everything. Can you describe your creative process and how you achieved this distinct sound?
Oh yeah. So whenever it comes to like a creative mode, a lot of my creative mindset comes from like listening to gospel music. I grew up a lot listening to gospel music with one of my good brothers, Longa Seville, and we would just really dig into like gospel arrangements, harmonies, and things like that. So whenever it comes to like me creating my own stuff, I get a lot of my inspiration from a lot of gospel music and stuff like that.
Right on. And do you come from a big religious family?
Yes.
Gospel and everything? So do you feel like that affected your music, and then was that why you got into
I feel like that's the reason why I am where I am today.
Okay.
I'm not, everything I'm blessed with in life as far as my family, my wife, and my kids, and the career, the things I get to do for a living, like travel the world. Like I said, that's all God, man. Every day I get to wake up doing what I love to do.
Right on. And you've performed at a significant amount of venues and events, including the NBA halftime show, Staples Center, Cali Roots. How have these experiences affected you? And do you feel that the smaller gigs are more intimate than the larger?
Oh yeah, for sure. I really do love the intimate, smaller gigs. Like I get to really connect with fans that show up. You know what I mean? I just recently did a show in Hawaii at the Blue Note. And it was like one of those seating events where people would sit down. It wasn't really like a concert where they stand up and rage. So it was like a cool way to kind of like actually sit back and talk to them a little bit while I'm on stage. Like, hey, like how you like this song, this and that. Like I love those kind of intimate performances. But for sure, like the big concerts and stuff like that, I love them too. And it really shows how your hard work can pay off and what you do. You know what I mean? If you just put your head down and grind.
Yeah. And collaboration with artists can often bring out new facets of one's music. Are there any artists or producers that you're eager to work with in the future?
Oh yeah, I'm currently working on a few things with some of my favorite artists. I get to call brothers today. For example, like the legend when it comes to island reggae music. Shout out to my brother Fiji. Recently just worked on a track with him that he's about to release. Can't wait for everybody to hear that. But yeah, man, there's a lot of artists that I have dreams of working with, for sure.
Okay. And your EP, The Artist, achieved notable success in iTunes and Billboard reggae charts. Can you share some of the insights of making this and how it shaped your musical journey?
Yeah. So that EP, The Artist, was really just kind of the start of my career, where I got to kind of just like get my foot in the game. Really, a lot of it was some stuff that like a song called "Fly Away" that's on it. That was written back in like 2012. that I didn't release until 2018. But a lot of them was just like to get the raw version of myself, and I get people to see who I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And with the evolution of the music industry, especially in regard to digital and streaming platforms, how do you engage with your fans to ensure that your music reaches a broad audience?
I think it's just staying up to date as far with what social media has for me today. I'm not really a big social media guy, but I like to go on there and kind of see like how my music, when people say it changed their life, you know, like it changed a lot of what they do in life, you know, like it's a blessing to know that I'm not the only one that goes through these things. You know, a lot of my music is personal, and I speak of personal situations or things that I've gone through in my life. So to see the feedback from a lot of the audience saying like, you know, I was going through something and this song really helped me, like that's what music's for, you know what I mean?
Right.
I was in the same position with a lot of music and a lot of things in life, but music really helps me get through a lot of things.
Right, you know, reggae music often carries messages of love, unity, and social consciousness. And I feel like you really convey that within your music, but how do you feel that conveys with your audiences when you do that?
I think it's just being yourself, being myself, being real, about being genuine about who I am and how I live my life. You know, a lot of people think like you see an artist doing it on stage that they got it made. You know, like they got like a lot of us. We still grind, man. We still grind from the bottom up. No matter how successful you may be in life, I think the moment you become complacent is the moment you stop learning, the moment you stop growing.
Right. And is there anything that your fans should be looking forward to in the future from you?
Oh yeah, man! I actually working on an album. Actually, almost completed the album. It's gonna release hopefully by June. Looking at June to release. So everybody, hope you guys are ready for that one.
Right on. Anything else you want to plug?
I just want to say shout out to everybody that listens to my music, supports me and my family. Just want to say can't wait for you guys to hear my new stuff, and shout out to you guys for having me on this interview, man.
Yeah, bro. Thank you so much for coming by, man.
Appreciate you, brother.